Department has a legal obligation to turn over the requested material. Attorney General Garland's willful refusal to constitutes contempt of Congress. This resolution upholds the institutional power of the House by recommending that the House find Attorney General Merrick Garland in contempt of Congress for failing to comply with the committee's subpoena. Our oversight and impeachment responsibilities are too important to allow the Attorney General to willfully disregard this.
It's the failure to fully comply with the committee's subpoenas regarding the audio recordings of the Biden and Swalwell interviews that has hindered the House's ability to adequately conduct oversight over Special Counsel Hur regarding his investigative findings and the President's retention and disclosure of classified materials, and has impeded the committee's impeachment inquiry.
Can we also just talk about subpoenas for 1 second? Because 2 of your last speakers are 750-plus days in defiance of a subpoena. So get real when Mr. Jordan and Mr. Biggs come to this floor and want to talk and get all righteous about subpoenas. You start honoring your subpoenas, and we can talk about anyone else's subpoena.
Gentleman is recognized.
This is not about the contempt of the Attorney General. It's about MAGA Republicans' contempt for the Constitution, the rule of law, and democracy. And it's about who any of us came here to fight for. MAGA Republicans are fighting for one person at the cost of what your constituents actually care about. You're fighting for a felon. You're fighting for a felon. On this side, we're fighting for working people. We're fighting for the kids and the teachers and the soldiers and the cops and the firefighters and the bakers and the butchers, people who go to work every day and count on us to do something for them. And you're working for a felon. A felon. 12 of his neighbors, people in the community where he committed crimes, made 34 decisions, and 408 straight times they said guilty. So let me make it clear where we stand. We will choose families over felons, verdicts over vengeance, and people over politics.
I rise today with a warning for my colleagues on the other side of the aisle. You are setting a very dangerous precedent by trying to hold an Attorney General who has provided all of the substance requested in a subpoena in contempt. And let's be very clear. This precedent that you are setting is one that your own former president and cabinet secretaries repeatedly violated in the last administration. In 2019, the former president famously said that he would defy all congressional subpoenas. And then he did just that during the impeachment inquiry. The State Department refused to turn over a single document. Under your precedent here, with Attorney General Merrick Garland, who has provided everything that you have asked for, except for the audio recording of an interview with President Biden and the special counsel, you are moving into dangerous territory. There is no legitimate legislative purpose to require the Attorney General and the Department of Justice to turn over the audio recording of an interview of which they have already turned over the transcript. Now, I hear my colleagues on the other side of the aisle use explanations such as demeanor evidence and character evidence. That's all well and good if you were considering whether or not to prosecute President Biden, but that's not the job of Congress. There's no legitimate legislative purpose in figuring out, quote, demeanor evidence as to whether or not President Biden, how he sounded when you have the information. And it is particularly galling that my colleagues on the other side of the aisle are going to try to hold the Attorney General in contempt for this narrow issue when he has substantially complied with the subpoena, when 5 of my Republican colleagues completely defied lawful congressional subpoenas last time, including the chairman of the Judiciary Committee. You are setting a dangerous precedent, and you, my friends on the other side of the aisle, ought to think twice, because what goes around comes around. And I yield back.